Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different, and that is rather than encouraging you to think about other people, I'm going to encourage you to think about yourself. Okay, you might think I'm crazy. Hopefully by the end you'll understand. I was reading in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, and I was interested in what Paul said. Starting in verse 9, he says, "For I am the least of the apostles, and do not even deserve to be called an apostle, because I persecuted the church of God." Probably you know Paul's past, that he killed Christians and was totally against Jesus. Then he says, "But by the grace of God I am what I am, and his grace to me was not without effect. No, I worked harder than all of them, yet not I, but the grace of God that was with me." So Paul, he can't deny the fact that he persecuted the church, that he killed Christians, that he was an awful man. Okay? He can't deny that. But I noticed as I read that he wasn't sitting there. He wasn't stuck there. He didn't dwell on who he used to be. Rather, he recognized the grace of God at work within himself to make him who he presently was. You know, when you think of Paul, do you think of Paul the terrible who persecuted the church? Or do you think of Paul, the apostle of God, totally sold out to God in everything that he did for God and the church? I tend to think of the latter example of Paul. So this is where I want to invite you to think about you a minute. You know who you used to be. None of us probably are very proud of who we used to be. But do you find yourself dwelling on that? Or do you find yourself recognizing who God is making you to be, who the grace of God has formed you to be? Do you dwell on who you used to be? Or are you thanking God for his grace at work in you, creating you into the woman that he has intended for you to be? I know for me, it's easy to think about all my imperfections and everything that I'm not, and it's easy to realize all the areas where I still need to grow. And it's true. I'm not fully refined. I won't be this side of heaven. I'm not who God has created me to be yet. But I am not who I used to be either. And I thank him for that. I thank God for his grace through Jesus Christ at work within me that's changing me. It's a process, but I'm not who I was. And by the grace of God, neither are you. So today, I just want to encourage you to think a little bit. Think about how far you have come. Yeah, you've got a long way to go. You can't deny that. But instead of dwelling on who you used to be, will you take some time today, maybe even journal it? Thank God for his grace at work in you that's changing you and making you look more like Jesus every day. Paul said the grace of God was at work within him. It's at work within me, and I trust he's working in you too. Thank him for it today. And have a wonderful, Jesus-full day.